Things are slow starting today. My name is Teresa Micheletti, and this site is called Take What Rings True. So take what rings true to you and let the rest go. Today, I want to talk about a positive frame of mind and how to do positive programming specifically with wish windows. And you can even create miracles. Francine and Rahim, the two teachers who would come into trance class and teach us about things, talked about wish windows. I've talked before about negatively being programmed by TV, by society, by the medical profession. So we expect bad things to happen. We expect it to be flu season. It's flu season. You need to get the flu now. Go get your whatever it is, or by a certain age, you need to be thinking about this disease or this condition, or all women, blah, 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 all men, blah, blah, blah. We get programmed all the time. I just read an article. A group put out a report that after a certain age, you should not be wearing jeans. Well, who made them, God? Who made them the rule maker for jeans? I don't know, but I'm not going to pay attention to that programming. But we hear things over and over and over again, and our subconscious might start believing that programming. So, what if you're ill and you wish not to be? Can that illness go away? Yes, it can, certainly. However, the codicil is if you wrote in your life chart, I'm going to have this illness, I'm setting it in stone. No one may change this experience. Okay, so you're going to have that illness. You can change the quality of the illness. A minister friend had muscular dystrophy and was in a wheelchair, and then she was bedridden. And one of our trance teachers, Francine, explained that Kathy, my friend, had transcended her pain. She was staying in her ethereal body, her spirit body, and that's beyond the physical body. So she wasn't feeling the pain. That's called lateral movement when you change the aspect of what you're doing and move to another experience or change the experience. She still had the experience, but she didn't believe in the negative usual results. So for her disease, she went through the symptoms that she had charted to go through, but she didn't have to feel the pain. She had a wonderful countenance. She had a wonderful attitude. So, say you have a medical condition or an illness or a physical challenge. Well, then change the quality of that. You can wish for it to go away. If it's not written in stone in your body, you can change or eliminate the condition. You can change the quality of your experience. So I would assume always that you can get rid of whatever disease or physical challenge or illness there is and positively program yourself. About 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, I was having trouble with my back. I was having trouble with my hip, and the doctors couldn't decide what to operate on. And I was having trouble with my back, and it was becoming an S shape. It was curving. So I sent out a letter to everyone on my email list, everyone, even the people who were like business people, and asked them to pray for me. And my back literally straightened up. One doctor I'd taken the x-rays to, but he couldn't read them. They were digital. He said that that's impossible and just like dismissed it. But it was true. I was wishing for my back to get straight. I was asking people to help program for me, and my back straightened up. That was my wish, and I put a lot of effort into it. So a lot of times when you wish for something, it doesn't come true immediately, but keep wishing for it. Put in positive programming for it. See yourself, sense yourself, feel yourself in the future as you wish to be. Did you know that every single wish you have is stored in safekeeping, like a prismed safekeeping box? And your wishes are allotted to you in special moments. Those wishes aren't part of your original chart, but if you intensely wish for something and activate, then you can get your wish. If it's not written as something you cannot have for your wish window, that does not mean if you're a sumo wrestler, you're going to become a prima ballerina. Let's be logical here. So, if it's something that's possible for you, you're not going to be a 75-year-old male who's going to become a first string football player for the Raiders. But you can go play football with your friends. You can be on those fantasy football teams. So when you wish for something, be time specific. So you're 2 years old and you wish for a teddy bear and you get the teddy bear when you're 80, you got your wish. Remember, all time is God's now. If you don't believe in God, source, creator, whatever you wish that to be, that source of all. So you want the teddy bear, then ask for it specifically. I would like a teddy bear in the next 2 weeks. Be specific. In life, we have windows of opportunity and we limit ourselves because we wish for something. The window of opportunity comes and we just wave it away. If you wish for something and the archangels are the ones who allow those things to come out of the wish box. And of course, it's all from God. But if you wish for something and that wish is able to come with a window of opportunity and you wish it away or you wave it away, then that's wish is not going to come back. That one's been used. So start wishing for things, but be cognizant of the big picture. Don't say, I want money for rent this month. Instead, say, I would like perfect wealth that will take me very comfortably from this point in time through my whole life. Enough for my needs, enough for some fun, enough to give to other people, starting as soon as possible. So stop limiting yourself with little tiny wishes that don't help your whole life. Stop and think about your wish before you wish it. Don't ask for your child's health to be better this month. Say they have a bad flu. Ask for their health to be better for their entire lifetime, that they have excellent health for their entire lifetime. So stop using wishes frivolously, use them to help your entire life. So think of the big picture. Whatever it is you're wishing for, like your illness, say you have an illness, you have a chronic disease, then don't just ask to be pain free today, ask to be pain free for your entire life. So think of your wishes as opportunities and ask for your wish and your window of opportunity to come now. Be specific. Remember, all time is God's now. If you were 2 years old and you wished for the teddy bear and you got it when you were 80, you got your wish. But now that you know, be time specific. But you also need to activate. You need to do your part. So, one of the main things people wish for is a companion or a partner in life. And then They sit at home and wait for that partner to just drop from the sky. They don't leave their house. They don't go anywhere where they could possibly meet people. Well, then you're not likely to get that companion to come into your life because you're not activating. You need to get out there and be around people if you want to have someone in your life. So you need to act as if. So you want a better job? Then dress that part and stop dressing in shabby clothes all the time. Not that you would do that all the time, but make yourself feel better. Dress nicely, even if it's just you in the house. You have a day off, then wear your comfortable clothes, but like brush your hair, brush your teeth, act as if you are really healthy and in a great state of mind and feeling happy. There's the poor me syndrome, where people say over and over again the things that are being drawn to them. Poor me. I'm so sad. Nobody loves me. And they play that over and over and over again. Well, thoughts are things. So, what do you think is going to come to you? You're going to draw in those bad experiences that match what you're thinking, that match the programming you're putting on yourself. As Rahim, my mentor from trance class, would say, eject the audio. Think of an audio, a CD player in your forehead, and you can just like touch your forehead. People don't have to know what you're doing. And think, okay, I'm ejecting that audio. Stop playing that loop over and over again. He also said, get a little notebook, and every time you think of a negative thought, just put a little check. And you'd be surprised how many times a day you think negatively about yourself. And by paying attention to the negative thoughts, then maybe you can start eliminating them. So you can say, not my truth. You can just think that. He also said to wear a rubber band and snap the rubber band whenever you are thinking something that you don't want to be thinking that's negative. It's like, not my truth. Snap that rubber band. Not my truth. Another one people have is the pity party. And they just feel awful. Same thing as poor me, but pity parties even more intense. It's my life is awful. Nobody loves me. Nobody's on my side. Bad things happen to me. And you're crying and complaining because your life's not going the way you want. And you're spending all this time in this loop of the pity party. Well, my friend Sylvia would say, fine, give yourself an hour for a pity party. Cry, yell, kick a box, whatever it is, and then be done with it. You've done your hour of pity party. Now get on with your life and start acting as if your life is wonderful. Act as if people love you. Act as if you're a wonderful person because you are. And draw those experiences to you instead of the negative ones. If you keep that negative experience loop going, then wear a rubber band or wear an elastic bracelet and snap it and think, nope, not my truth. I'm not going there today. We also program for things we don't need to program for. If you think of yourself getting into old age, how do you picture yourself? How do you think of yourself? If you think of yourself in old age with arthritic hands, using a cane, barely able to walk, in pain, then guess what you're programming for? Stop that. See yourself feeling healthy, looking elegant as an elderly person, having a beautiful countenance, a glowing face, and sense that, see that, picture that, feel that. Thoughts are things. Put your mind at work programming positively. Sense and know and picture yourself as you wish to be. You are the creator of your reality. why not start putting wishes in your wish bank so that you can draw them out? So you just think of your wish, whatever it is, and think of, okay, what is the parameter of my wish? Okay, I want to be well. Then what does that look like? What does it feel like? What would that entail? Then draw that whole picture and then have a knowing or feeling, a sense of your future self. And then that's the wish in your wish bank. And the archetypes can control that and ask for the wish to come true now, that you want your window of opportunity to be now. You want your wish to take place now or in the next 2 weeks. And miracles can occur by asking for it. Just say, my window is open now. My window of opportunity is open now. My wish window is open now. I want my wish to drop through the window now. Make sure you're ready for it. Don't ask for something and then you realize, oh no, I got that wish. I told you about my friend who wanted to be a superintendent of schools, and he used to get flop sweat. You have an interview and you just get drenched in sweat and you can't think, and all thoughts drop away when somebody asks you a question. So we prayed for and wished for him to have a wonderful interview and to get the job. However, he didn't stop to think that he knew some of the people he would be working with were not cooperative, were not helpful, and they ended up metaphorically stabbing him in the back. When he would try and get something done as a superintendent, he would have people working against him all the time. Well, maybe he should have applied to be superintendent in a different district, which is what he did eventually. And then his life would have been better. His life would have been more smooth, more helpful, more everything. And he did get that when he went to the other district. So you need to think about what you're wishing for, because you might get it. And would you want it if you did get it? So think about what you want in your life and wish for it. But think about the parameters of it. What do you want to really happen? If you get that wish, is that going to be something for your whole lifetime? And is that something that you really want? And what does that look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? And then just say out loud, I want my wish for blank, for my new car to come to me. I know one person who wished for a certain car, say it's a Ferrari. I don't remember what kind it was, but anyway, he was wishing for a car and he didn't have money. He was doing month to month and, putting a little bit aside, a little bit aside, a little bit aside, but he was not making enough money to get a new fancy car. Well, someone was going to go work in Europe and needed to get rid of their car, and he got the car. You have opportunities that come to you that can coincide with your wishes. So don't assume that that's too much, asking for a fancy car, because it's possible that you could get it. So wish for things, see it in your mind's eye, know that it's possible, and know that God expects every entity that's living on earth could have a long, healthy, happy life. But we program for things or accept society's programming, and then that doesn't happen. Rahim, my transmitter, would say, you are as well as you wish to be. So stop listening to it's flu season. You don't have to have the flu. I doubt that that would be written into your chart. It's not something that's totally life altering, like if you have polio that you wrote in your chart, or you have some other major illness or condition. So stop programming, stop accepting the programming of society. Stop accepting the programming of what you're reading about statistics. Okay, statistics are fine, but you are not the statistics. I know one friend of mine was told by a doctor that she was going to get cancer. She had some kind of like lesion or some kind of like something on her x-ray. And she turned to that doctor. She was in the hospital. She turned to that doctor as she was leaving and said, "That is not my truth. That is not going to happen to me. I'm leaving." And she programmed to be well for the rest of her life. And she did not get that cancer. So stop letting people program you. You have power. You have so much more power than you believe. Your thoughts are things. So change your negative thoughts to positive ones and know that God loves you, Source, Creator loves you, and you can have a happy life. You can wish for things. You don't have to be any poorer than you wish to be. You don't have to be any heavier than you wish to be. You don't have to be any thinner than you wish to be. But you have to program for what you want. Decide what is it you really want, and then wish for that. See the big picture. And now that you know that you should be programming for the big picture, then that's what your wishes should be. Program for the things that you really want. You know how you see on the news, man who's 85 graduated from high school. Well, he wished to graduate from high school, and maybe it was in his chart that he wouldn't graduate from high school when he was 17 because he would have to go help his mom because his dad had been in an accident, whatever it is. But he wished for that to graduate from high school. That was important to him. And he wished for it and he got it. So don't get caught up in the wanting of things and then not activate. Part of the activation is actually thinking about your wish and wishing for it. We program ourselves, but we can create our own reality. So some things are set in stone in your chart and they're not going to change, but you can change the quality of them. So think about your wishes and put a whole bunch of them in. It's not selfish to put wishes in your wish window or your wish box. Put them in there. Put those wishes in there. And then the ones that you want right now, say you want blank wish right now. You want it, you want health for your whole life. So ask for perfect health for your whole life. Ask for perfect wealth for your whole life. And then remember the parameters. You want enough wealth to be comfortable. You want enough wealth to um, give to people like your family, charities, help others. You want enough money to be able to go on vacation. You want enough money to feel comfortable in this lifetime, enough to find a house, or rent a house, whatever it is. So let's talk about houses. Do you want a house on the hill overlooking the ocean, or in the middle of the forest, or by a stream? And then think about it. Okay, if you're by a stream that is always flooding, maybe that's not the best idea. So where do you want your house? What does it look like? Is it 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms? Is it a little cottage? What is it? So make the whole picture in your mind and in your planning before you put that wish in the wish box. You don't want the little shack on the alley. What do you want? And then once you've got that, be thankful, show gratitude, thank the angels, thank Source, God, Creator, for that wish to come true. So if you wish for something and nothing happens, then keep wishing for it with a prayer. And then see yourself, sense yourself, feel yourself. Now, some wishes are not granted because it would be bad for your life. So you wish for the blue bicycle, but if you got the blue bicycle, then you would be in the street when a horrible accident happens. So you don't get the blue bicycle. Sometimes you are not granted a wish because it's better for you not to have that wish because you don't want to be extremely injured while you're riding the blue bicycle. So the angels can see all the pathways of your lifetime, all the possibilities, all the probabilities, and sometimes your wishes are not granted because it would make your life worse. And you can have that codicil. If it's for the greater good, I want this wish. But if it's not for the greater good, like the blue bicycle, then you don't get the wish. So open up your wish windows. Ask for the wishes to come true. So ask for a specific wish. Right now, what's your biggest wish? And then think about what's the total picture of that wish and what's the time parameter. So for health, it should be your whole lifetime. Perfect health for your whole lifetime. Picture that, think of it, sense it, see yourself in the future. And then ask for it. And ask for it to be granted as soon as possible in the next 2 weeks, whatever it is. So I know you guys have lots of wishes, so start putting them in the wish bank. You're not being selfish, putting it in the wish bank. It's been nice being with you today, and I hope you have a great wish that comes true. And sense yourself happy in this life. And what do you need to wish for to make that be? And stop wishing for things that are negative and accepting people's negative programming. Don't listen to other people. They don't know your lifetime. So somebody comes and tells you some negative thing, like you're never going to get that job. You're not qualified for that job. Well, how do they know that? So, program for what you want. Remember, you might want to say, if for the greater good, I want this, I wish for this. And then see yourself. And then don't be mad if you don't get it, because if it's not for the greater good, then the angels are taking care of you. So I'll see you next Wednesday and make those wishes. Bye.